To live a happy life, you must never be daunted. Some famous person said it, doesn't really matter who. What matters is that I'm saying it now and that it's true. The key to a happy life is a certain fearless ferocity towards life. In love, life, work, every part of your life. This fearless ferocity to get what you need and what you want out of it does wonders. Most people live ruled by their fears and insecurities. And it's those few people that rise above it and decide to take life by the balls that really succeed. And not only succeed, but are happy and at peace and enjoy in their life. Today, I want to explore this fearlessness in all parts of life and how fear rules most and how it destroys everything. If you didn't know, I'm Luke. This is the place where I come to ramble about all of my thoughts and things that I'm processing through as I'm learning. I just moved out on my own and I'm learning a lot of things for the first time and just trying to grow into who I want to be. And I want to share that journey with you guys. As always, I'm going to be talking a lot and about a lot of different things, and some may take longer than you care to listen to. So I have included chapters below to where you can skip to whatever parts that you please. So let's get into it. I want to talk about really the three main areas that I think most people have in their lives that this fearlessness, that this fear really does its damage. The first is personal fear. This is the internal battle. This is the war with ourselves and with our minds. Really, the key attributes to somebody who is fearless with themselves are self-awareness, the ability to know what you're good at, what you're not, where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, and the openness to admit it and to work on all those sorts of things. This also really includes a lot of coming to terms with a lot of trauma and things that have affected you. This is such a powerful tool in life. This is something that I realize that a lot of people don't have, and I think is one of the keys to actual maturity and what sets somebody apart as a true responsible adult and someone who is not, is the ability to reckon with themselves. This includes a whole ton of honesty with yourself. We put up a lot of a facade for others and for ourselves that we need to break down in this process of learning to not live by fear and be ruled by fear in our own lives. This process is often terrifying because you have to reckon with a lot of your internal demons and the things that have scarred you. And you have to realize that maybe you're not the person that you thought that you were. I've experienced this in my own life. I have had multiple times where I have realized that I'm not who I thought I was. The biggest was I was part of this very strong community that we're all really circled around a certain set of beliefs. And I found a strong sense of belonging and purpose being part of that group and being one of them. And slowly, as I grew, and as I started to mature, I started realizing that I wasn't being honest with myself or with others about who I really was. And I took the time and took the effort to examine myself and realize that I wasn't being honest with those people or with themselves. And that was one of the hardest things that I had to do, was go and tell all of my friends, hey, I'm not who you think that I am. I need to try and figure this out. And I lost a lot of good people in my life through that. And I lost a lot of who I was. But the biggest thing is that all of those things that I lost were not really parts of me. They were lies that I kept on telling myself, ways that I identified myself that weren't actually true, that I had to break down and grow away from. And I'm grateful for that time, and I'm so grateful that I did that for myself and that I went through this process of figuring these things out. One of the ways that I really found helpful to grow in the process of this and to get better at this is really just quiet reflection. I think it's pretty much the only way that you can really grow in this. Quiet reflection, journaling, meditation, all those things. It's letting your brain process through those things and to not shut down any thoughts, but to just let your mind be what it is and be accepting of that. It's a really hard process, and I think it's a lifelong one. I am still growing and maturing in so much of this, but you will never ever regret being honest with yourself. Because for me, and I hope for you as well, the last thing I want to do is be living a lie. Moving on from personal fearlessness, I want to talk about probably what most people think of whenever they think of this fearless ferocity, and that is social fearlessness. Big keys to this is really just confidence. It's the ability to be confident in who you are and self-assured and comfortable with yourself enough to portray all of yourself, or be at least honest, show true honest parts of yourself with others. It's so important. And the thing with it is that most people gravitate towards people who have this confidence and this strong sense of self that is born out of that personal confidence, that personal fearlessness that we were just talking about. The most important thing, I think, to this whole thing is to not change who you are for others. You may not pour your very soul out for everybody, but you are never lying. You are always honest. You are always yourself. You're always who you actually believe yourself to be with everybody else. But the key to this is to not be afraid of losing people like this. Because some people will not like you whenever you portray your full self because of some reason or another, usually problems with them, that they are nervous and scared, and it makes them feel inferior to have somebody who is very honest and blunt with themselves and is unafraid to portray that with others. Those people should not have the right to control what you think that you are and who that you actually are. They are the ones with the problem, not you. You don't have to change for them. And really, the counterintuitive thing about this is that once you get this kind of confidence and this fearlessness of losing people and people not liking you, that is whenever you'll find people who truly like and love you for who you are. And the ability to make those strong, meaningful friendships really comes from. In my own life, this really has been portrayed going off of that journey that I mentioned earlier, where I had to say goodbye to a lot of people in my life and that community and those friendships that I had built. And there was a long period where I was alone and I was very isolated, and it wasn't fun. But I needed to go through that to be able to learn this and be able to be myself. And now I have such a wonderful community of people that just love me for who I am. And that's something that happens so naturally. I've been talking with them and with some other people in my life, how incredible it is. I'm like, I did not try to get these people, but I was just myself, openly myself, in front of others. And the people that truly love and appreciate you will gravitate towards you. And it just comes so naturally. It's not easy. It's not easy. You may be alone for quite a while and be very isolated. And honestly, that's the perfect time to work on that personal confidence and that fearlessness in yourself and who you are, and set you up for real, meaningful relationships. The way that I've found to really practice this and grow this is by finding community where you can openly be yourself. I've talked about this on a previous show. I'll link that here. And it's all about finding a place that doesn't make you feel pressured to change, and it doesn't make others feel pressured to change. I've highly recommended getting hobbies like this, whether it's a sports team. For me, I do social dancing, so swing dancing, ballroom dancing, all those sorts of things. And even improv is one thing that a lot of people have said, it's not really my spiel, but man, is it fantastic for some people, where you are kind of forced to be yourself. And everybody is there, out of their comfort zone, uncomfortable. That is a great place to practice that, and to practice just not caring what people think. And that's where you can really get those relationships. And more importantly than that, you have to be able to lean on people close to you whenever you are putting yourself out there. We all need connection. We all need people. And so finding those few, like literally 2 or 3 people, maybe even just one, that you can lean on and know that will always love you unconditionally, to be able to lean on while you are putting yourself out there, so you don't have that desperation and that need for connection, because you know that you have people in your life, and to be satisfied in that before you can go out and meet more people. Social fearlessness, I think, is one of the most powerful and meaningful things ever, and it can grow into romantic fearlessness as well, which I won't get into here, but that's so important. People gravitate towards people who are confident in themselves and have that sort of ferocity towards life, that they really don't care what other people think of them. It's so powerful and it's so meaningful. The last category of this that I really want to talk about is career fearlessness, which I think is something that a lot of people really, really, really struggle with. I think the most important part of this is to not hate your job. I think that having fearlessness in your work means being able to admit and take action whenever you are not satisfied and you are not happy. Because the real lie, I think, that a lot of people get trapped into is that they are stuck and that they need their work more than their work needs them. But what I've found is that you have a lot more control over this than you think you do. Maybe for a time you may need to stick in a job that you do not enjoy very much, but that doesn't mean that you are just stuck. Finding ways that you can change how you do your work, whether it's your perception or the actual work that you're doing, is so powerful. And you can do it, because doing good work, you have to enjoy it to be able to do good work. That's something that I truly believe, that to be good at something, you have to enjoy it. And to enjoy something, you kind of have to be good at it. Another really, really key element of this, which gets into the social confidence, is you have to be able to be honest with your boss, with your coworkers, with everybody at your work. If you're not happy, you're not satisfied. Or if you're very happy and you're very satisfied, you need to be able to be honest with them. It may hurt. It may genuinely hurt things and damage things in the temporary. You may be very honest with your boss about, hey, I have to draw this line here. I have to have a boundary here. I can't work like this. You can't talk to me like this. That may hurt and that may damage things. And who knows, you may even lose some standing at your job. And maybe that's scary. Actually, it is scary to be putting that all on the line. But the question you have to ask yourself is, what do you actually want out of your life? Do you want to be suffering and having your life spending so much time at a job that you hate and something that you don't enjoy? To me, I think that there is a clear answer there as to what you need to do. And really, I think one of the last things about this fearlessness is the openness to leave and to change, to never feel pigeonholed into what you do. This is something that I have done multiple times in my work. More recently, I was very much so in a rut in my job, and I felt like I was not being used to my fullest potential. I feel like I was slacking off, and I wanted to push myself. And so I went to my boss and I was open with him. I was very honest with him. Said, this is how I'm feeling. These are the ways that I want to have my role improved. These are the things that I want to be exploring and growing. These are the things I enjoy in my job. Can you please give me more opportunity to do these? And if you have a good boss, you have a good work environment, which I'm very blessed to have, they are very open to those sorts of things. And he was. And so my role is changing. I'm taking on more different types of work to be able to enjoy my job better. And so you can learn a lot, I think, from what I've done, but in your life, find ways to make your job your own, to enjoy your job more, whether that be taking on less work, taking on more work, taking on different types of work, making it clear with your boss where your boundaries are. Let's say maybe you say, I will not work on the weekends, or I will not take calls or messages past this hour. Those sorts of things, setting those boundaries and finding ways to make your work more enjoyable for you is so important. And I don't think anybody will ever regret setting those lines, even if it does hurt temporarily. And so, wow, I hope you enjoyed that little blurb of information. So, kind of want to settle down here for the rest of the show and really just talk through out loud, why pursue this? Why has this been such an important thing in my life? This is going to be a little section of pure rambling. I don't have a script for this, so we'll just see how it goes. And if you just want to skip to the end, that's perfectly all right. To me, this has been such a meaningful and fulfilling pursuit of confidence and ferocity in life. I used to be very insecure. I was a very, very shy child, and most people would never believe it now whenever they see me talk and interact with people and with myself. But it's such a fulfilling, growing experience. And most people don't do it. Most people are too scared, or they think that they can't, or they feel they don't have time. And the truth is that you always have time. There's always time to change. You can always pursue these things. Life is short. It's scary short. Keep that in mind while you're making decisions like this. That life is fleeting. Make the most of it. You have to be able to enjoy what you're doing, whether that be by perception or by substance. You have to do something if your life is not satisfying you. Life is short. Do it right. Enjoy it. Find meaning in it. Push it. Find people who love you and appreciate you. They're out there. Believe me, they are out there. You just have to be yourself and be honest with yourself and who you are. And it may hurt, it may be hard, but it is worth it. It is so worth it. It's been such a meaningful and growing experience for me recently. I really been seeing the rewards specifically of that social fearlessness, where I've met a lot of wonderful, wonderful people and making lovely connections with them, and being able to go dancing with them, go to karaoke with them, do all these things that are so wonderful and so beautiful, and be myself and have them be able to be themselves. It's such a wonderful feeling whenever you can empower others to be open and be honest. It is just a wonderful, wonderful sight. So do that. If your life is filled with people who just put on facades and live lies, be that person. Be the catalyst of growth and improvement for your community. And who knows, that may mean leaving the people, saying goodbye to a lot of people in your life. But it's worth it. It's so worth it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I'm trying to get back into this. It's been a while, but I have been really motivated to be able to get back into it. I'll be honest, I listened to a lot of my old shows, and I'm like, damn, I really enjoy doing this. This is really fun. So I hope you enjoy listening. And I hope that I can be able to... I hope that some of what I have said may help you, because this is one of the most important things to me, and so valuable and rewarding for anybody to be able to pursue in their lives. So I truly hope that you will, whether you take some of the specifics that I've said or not, that you will pursue fearlessness in your life, and this confidence with yourself and honesty with yourself and others. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my ramblings and take some time with me. I truly hope that this can improve you and help you, and I truly hope that you can find peace and joy in your life. So that's all, folks. See you next time.